whatever time it is where you are, you know what I mean? Welcome to this collective reading, okay? If you're looking for a personal reading, this might not be the message for you today, okay? But if you do click on the like button on the video, it will help me tap into your energy. Please do so if you're in the chat, and if you are joining the chat today, please do remember to be respectful. I have it on certain settings, so you will be removed if anybody tries to act up. And you guys should have seen the thumbnail I was going to upload. It was a picture I took yesterday, but I didn't know if everyone would understand it or not, but it was a license plate with the word Henri on it. It was spelled a little different, so I don't know if they were meaning it for some different applications, but the traditional spelling of Henri in the dictionary, I believe, is Oney. So, you know, collective, sometimes people like to be ornery with us, and act like little infantile children, right? Now, children have an excuse because they're not fully formed humans yet. But adults, yeah, exactly. So, I also had some very powerful dreams last night. I don't know what was going on. Maybe it's because I watched Hunger Games yesterday, you guys. That is like such a visceral type of movie. So, gonna get into this energy and see what you guys need to know today. Again, if you're in the chat, please like the video, consider subscribing to the channel, okay? All right, guys, I'm starting to get your good juju coming in here, okay? And that's exactly what we want, all right? I actually got this. So this is actually one of those soup noodle bowls. You can see I got it over in when I was in Singapore for work, actually. And I got it because it has the dragonflies on it. And I love dragonflies. And many of you know that dragonflies are a symbol of the spirit world. So, if maybe you have an ancestor or something of that nature that you feel visits you, sometimes you might see a dragonfly around. Those are, kind of like your ancestral family members, you know what I mean? So if you're into that stuff, definitely check out some of the symbolism. And remember that, within nature, you are part of the universe. You are not ever outside of the universe. So do not ever let anyone make you feel outside of who you are, okay? That is them trying to take your power away from you. The only entity that can do that is something greater than man, right? So whatever your religious belief, you can think of it that way. All right. So that's enough with the Henri energies, right, this morning. So let's get into what you guys actually need to know. I'm going to go ahead and use my Spirit Halloween deck, you guys, just to get, might just do a past, present, future. I'm not sure here what's going on. Maybe we'll do the chakras. I feel like the last reading I did was a chakra reading, but, sometimes we have that. So hum a merry tune. That's Sam Mary tune, right? I think they do say hum. Do any of you guys like to hum? Again, symbolic of the dragonflies, okay? That is something that you kind of hear, right? When they're around, it's like a zzz, zzz. And then it's like, wait, is something flying around me? And then you look up and it's like, then you'll see one of the more famous dragonflies, at least in the Midwest region where I live, is called the green darner. It is very large and it has a green body, hence the name green darner. There are hundreds, if not thousands of variations, I believe, of dragonflies. They gather around water sites, things of that nature. Just to show you how plentiful and abundant our natural world can be. Yes, okay. So if you've been feeling trapped into a singular path, just know that that is not something that is there to create an obstacle for you. It may be there to teach you a lesson, and the lesson being that there is more than one way to skin a cat, is there not, right? So if you can't go left, maybe you have to go right first, and then you go left, and then you go, left again, or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? Don't get discouraged just because, you turn the corner and there's a big tall building in front of you. That's what the devil wants you to think. That's what the devil wants you to see. The devil only wants you to see the obstacles. They don't want you to see the possibilities, okay? So don't let the devil block your vision. So we are going to do this chakra reading today, okay? Wow, you guys. Jesus. All right. So yesterday I was thinking heavily about the Judgment card, and I think often people get it confused with Justice, and the fact that Justice is here as your overall energy is very significant. Justice is something that kind of plays out in almost the physical world, right? Like the courts, poetic justice even, that you might see. But, say in extreme cases in courts, when you think somebody's going to go away for a long time and they don't, is that really the justice you receive? Well, that is the difference between justice and judgment. Judgment can never be escaped, okay? People think when they see judgment on the tarot card, that means that they're going to get justice. Justice is only something that you can see, whereas judgment is more 5D in the spirit world. Nobody escapes judgment, right? So if somebody got through the court system and they thought they got away with something, the maker, judgment, is always going to be there on the back end of that, okay? So if for some reason some of you are looking for justice because you have made that judgment, right? You've said, look, I'm not doing this anymore. I don't care what anybody else says. They could look like the nicest person. There's a lot of people out there that do a lot of bad things on the side, aren't there? Right? And sometimes you'll never see that justice play out in the physical world especially if you're not around, okay? And I would suggest for a lot of you, don't insert yourself, right, and that's inserting yourself in other people's karma. Just know you have to have faith, okay? That's what part of the judgment is. That is how you will actually feel the justice, and the Justice card also being Libra, where the scales are balanced, okay? So again, please do like the video. If you're in the chat, please be respectful of others so you don't get removed or blocked or put in a timeout. Knight of Cups, the genie. Some of you possibly have been wishing for a love to come into your life. Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. This is a general reading also, so if the messages for some reason aren't resonating with you specifically today, do not sweat it. It's just not your reading, right? You could also be a highly sensitive person or an empathic person, okay? But for some reason, just with the dreams I had last night and how I woke up today, and with the Justice card and thinking about the Judgment and the Justice today here at the beginning of the reading, I feel like I feel like for a lot of you collective, this Knight of Cups coming towards you actually is part of the justice that you're going to receive, okay? And this genie is the type of genie who says, I think I want to give something to the collective very nice, and I'm going to make sure they get it, okay? Because I don't know about you, but I'm not going to go and test this genie in the streets if he's not my genie. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's the kind of big love that is coming to you. Not only justified for what you've been through, but the how the spirit world has seen how you've been treated and their judgment of it as well. Okay, so you might get some clues around this. Okay, you guys. Oh, I don't know whose energy this is, but it's very powerful. I'm getting very emotional about it. Okay. What else do we have for this collective, please? Again, it helps me to tap into your energy if you do like the video, okay? And please do leave respectful comments. I do not answer any personal questions in the chat, though, okay? So if you're looking for that type of reading, you do need to go to a different channel, okay? So please do take only what you resonate with in this, all right? Wow, the Emperor. You know, you guys, I've never even drawn this card out of this deck before. I've drawn the Emperor before, but not this specific Emperor from this deck here. And the Sphinx. So, not only an Emperor, say, you know, the Emperor's large, in charge, knows what's going on, knows how to make the deal, but also possessing wisdom of the ancients here with the Sphinx. This is not a... I'll make a comparison to like a new money versus old money type thing. You know, sometimes when people get money and, you know, like the lottery winners, and they go and, 2 years later they're broke, right? That's not this, okay? This is somebody who understands what their resources are, understands the power of their resources, all right? Some of those resources even mystical in nature, and I feel like for some of you, this is going to also provide a type of healing in the sacral chakra, as this was pulled in the sacral placement here in the chakra. So for many of you, this could be a masculine energy coming towards you. Okay? I feel a lot of masculine energy coming off of these two. And the Justice card earlier was a female figure, so I feel like for many of you, this may be a masculine that is on the move, coming towards their feminine that they are interested in, perhaps you collective, and ready to give you something that they feel is on the level that you deserve, okay? So if you agree with that, I would claim that. Okay? If you're ready to receive something good from somebody that wants to show you love, I think that is, yeah, what you need to be doing. Someone might get wind of this and want to force a decision upon you. This could be someone who ghosted you in the past. And in fact, somebody who maybe stunted some of the creativity that you had to give, okay? Sorry, guys. I just, you know, people that want to flood the comments here with the repeating stuff. I know sometimes it's an accident, but I just like to get rid of some of that. So it doesn't distract everyone else in the chat. Okay. So this person may be asking you to make some kind of decision, but they're trying to like scare you into it, like you, as if you don't have a choice. Okay. And what did I say right earlier about the devil wanting to put you know, it's like the devil showing you this ghost. Oh, look at this ghost. You have to do it. You know what? Maybe I don't want to deal with this ghost right now. Maybe once I open that door and I see that ghost, I'm just going to slam the door and get in my car and leave. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Like, hello. Every scary movie that everyone watches, when they stop at the old barn or they stop at the old... They don't have to be doing that. Don't let the devil trick you into thinking that you do. Because that's the only place where he has power, a place where he can try and intimidate you and put you in fear. It's really pathetic, actually, that they think they can get away with it. And not only that, they won't even show their face, will they? So, collective, you could have some. I don't usually associate this with an online stalking card, but just the fact that this is a ghost in the swords, it's kind of coming through that way. And this is also in your solar plexus. So I feel like, collective, for some of you, there have been people around that are trying to intimidate you, possibly online. Okay. And I feel like they're trying to possibly scare or prevent you from moving forward because they want you to be in this fear mode. Okay. They just, whatever their problem is, like, give us a day of the week, they got a new problem, right? You know what I mean? But yeah, and you're like, I don't know. It's like you're kind of looking like the Scooby-Doo ghost to me. I don't really want to chase you around the building. I actually know who you are. Even if I unmasked you, would you change your behavior? You would probably just make a fake account and keep doing what you're doing because that's what you do. Right? So, collective, ask yourself, is this the kind of choice that you want to make? So, for some of these people, I'm just saying, they give you the illusion of choice, do they not? Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Somebody mentioned that they liked my curtains earlier. I did see that come through, and I will actually I got this, you guys. It's hard to see because I have both of them hanging up here. This I actually got in when I was in India. Okay, you guys, I did travel for work quite a bit when I was working in IT. So this has like a huge mandala on it and elephants, if you can see the elephant pattern. And then I did recently get a, you guys, I love my Spirit Halloween deck. And at the Spirit Halloween store, they actually had this huge thing of the Empress card here, right? And what did I just draw earlier? The Emperor, okay? Right? Emperor coming to find his Empress, okay? Okay. So, right? And see, it's just a piece of fabric, right? These people want to throw all this stuff in front of your face. Woo, 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 right? Can we do like this, like David Copperfield? So they want to do that to you. But remember Scooby-Doo, okay? Chances are this little thing is hanging from a pulley system, right? Pretty soon they're going to have those Spirit Halloween stores open. There's probably going to have one of these things in the store. That's what I'm saying. It's a prank. It's meant to frighten, right? But a lot of people, they don't do this just around Halloween. This is like part of their life, is what I'm saying. But the way they're doing it and going about it, it just doesn't really get them the results. Okay. And the fact that you have already gotten the results, I think that's what has like almost rattled their ghost. Okay. It's like they didn't think they were going to see this day out of you. Oh no. Oh boy. Yep. I'm also going to say this too to people that do believe in spirituality, and sometimes people get, these energies can feel overwhelming, and I know especially for people that have lost loved ones, okay? But the people that harmed you, okay, that are gone now, those people can never harm you again. And they're not going to harm you after you're gone from this earth either. Okay? I think a lot of people need to hear that. Okay? So they made their choice on this planet about how they wanted to live, and then they're going to get that result. Okay? That's where the judgment card comes in, okay? And that's how you're going to see your justice. All right, this person, I'm sorry, I have to get you out of the chat now or put you in a timeout because you've posted this 4 times. So remember, this is a collective reading. Okay, so whoever's message this is today, I hope it reaches you. Let's keep moving now into the heart chakra for this collective. What do they need to know? Eight of Wands wanted to flip out. A swift justice, perhaps. Wow, you guys. The Hierophant. This says here voodoo warlock, but somebody may be coming to, say, cast a spell of love upon you, okay? Somebody saying that they want to be together, perhaps in a marriage, in some kind of partnership. This person feels like you bring them peace. And I think also this person. Yeah. This is the kind of person that would say, stand up to somebody for you if you needed it. This is also Taurus, so the fact that they're standing here on their bare feet on the ground, that's very symbolic as well. A very earthly energy. Again, those dragonflies, you guys. Pay attention to these things that are around you. Okay, I feel like somebody's grandmother in particular is telling them to keep the faith. Four of Pentacles. This card always creeps me out. But it's in your throat chakra here. So whoever this is, I'm sorry, this energy is so powerful. I'm just the tears they just come. I feel like this person collective is somebody who will want to actually speak to you about your stability. Okay? I don't think there's somebody who wants to take from your stability. They want to add to it. They want to solidify it just as stable as this Sphinx is. And if you know some of the history of the Sphinx in ancient Egypt, even was such a stable, large, massive structure that the British Army used to use it as target practice. That's why the Sphinx today, some of the face has been knocked off and stuff. Those Brits colonizing everybody, showing us how it's done. Well, I'm an American, so what do you think about that? Right? Yeah, that's for the British boy that tried to pick me up in Vegas. Okay, using all sorts of tricks. All right. Ain't gonna work, pal. So, that's that old devil popping up saying, this is all that you have? Wrong. I'm sorry. My standards are above the height of your crummy little decapitated building. Okay? That's what you got to tell these people. Boo. Now get the F out of my way, right? Henri is as Henri does, right? Yeah. So, continuing on. In the vision called the Eight of Swords. So, yeah, whoever this is, somebody who perhaps ghosted you, wanted you really to be up in your thoughts, literally here in the third eye. They didn't want you to see the beauty of yourself. They wanted you to strive for some kind of false image of perfection. They wanted all sorts of things for you that made all sorts of complications, but yet you're like, well, in the Spirit Halloween world, I can look like My Little Pony right now. So what do you think about that? Yeah. Yeah. Kiss it. You know? I think that's kind of what you're saying. Yeah, it's like you have grown-up things to do, and this Two of Swords, Eight of Swords here, it wants you to be all wrapped up in things that aren't really that important, to be honest. Right? And what does 2 and 8 end up in? A Ten of Swords, right? And we all know what the Ten of Swords is in the tarot. That's not somebody that has good intentions for you. Okay. But, you know, somebody who actually wants to talk about your stability, somebody who wants to ensure your stability stays, somebody willing to stand up on an emotional level next to you and say, yeah, I'm good with this. Somebody not only with pride, but an ego that is able to see beyond themselves, right? An ego that's in check so that they can retain the empire that they have built. Not a fool in their money who are easily parted. You ever hear that, Dave Chappelle? I'm rich, bitch! Who was he? Charlie Murphy, right? Talking about Rick James. I was in the first time I went to Vegas, and on Fremont Street, there was a man selling his paintings on the sidewalk, and one of them was a painting of Rick James on the couch, you know, on Charlie Murphy's couch. It was actually a pretty entertaining paint. I thought about buying it, but you know what I mean. The things that will tickle you in life, okay? So, you know, again, this person collective, whoever this is an emotionally healthy person too. I'm feeling they're not somebody that wants to put you in competition. They're not somebody who wants to give you a cup and then take it away, right? Like, oh, I'm sorry, I meant that for my hoe over here. Excuse me, my 304 over here, right? Because some people like to have a 304 in every area code they visit, don't they? Yes, they do. Yes, they do, because they have no concept of self-control. So what did they want you to be? All up in your head about their lack of self-control? I think a lot of you said go fly a kite to that one. Hey, why don't you hop on my Pegasus here? Tally-ho! Y'all, when I was out in Vegas, I did see this. They had a nice exhibit of Princess Diana, who I tried to talk to this Brit about, and he was like, he even used that to try and finagle his way into my pants, which, sorry if you don't know me, but we don't just roll over and open our legs for just anybody. Okay, now. You must not know about me. You must not know about me. Have another you in a minute. When's he coming? In a minute? Oh, yeah. So who's got to get out of here? What was I talking about at the top of this reading, y'all? This is your justice. You're seen as powerful. You're seen as fair. Right? And you're seen as somebody who's not going to take less than what is fair. So that in turn has communicated to the spirit world, right? Who's going to receive their judgment, right? The collective. But in the 3D world, we're not going to take away that sword. No, we are not. You won't need it in the 5D. Okay? Like I was talking about earlier. That's why in the 3D, they love to wave those swords around. Make you all sorts of scared about everything. But who's the master of the sword? You are. Some people think live and die by the sword means shedding blood. You know it means shedding truth. Uncovering the truth of what happened. Four cups now on the bottle. So. Remember to give to yourself first. Yes, indeed. All right. And be grateful for what we have. I think the attitude of gratitude is part of why, collective, you have been receiving and have been able to see your justice. Also, the number 8, 2024 is a karmic year. Numerology goes to the number 8. 8 is also my favorite number by popular opinion, as tallied the votes of me. Right? You know? That's kind of it, collective. It's like, you know, you ever be in those relationships and like they can never find anything to watch on TV or what they're watching, you're just not interested, and it's like, yeah, you don't have to ask nobody. We don't have to have this conversation right now. It's insignificant. They never thought they would be insignificant in your life, but they are. Light worker cards, please, for this collective. My dog's already wanting to take a midday nap. I'd say that's a good plan. It's supposed to be kind of rainy where I'm at today, so. It's also Sunday, day of relaxing, right? Hopefully for you, if you are not working today. Deep replenishment, retreat, rest. Be held. Yes. Have you ever wanted to be held, right? Yeah. again, collective, I'm getting this message coming through, and it's like they just keep saying, but it's like I'm not going. You don't understand. I'm walking past the spooky castle. I'm not opening the door. You know, collective, you're saying like there's nothing for you there anymore. Their significance, or their time for significance, has, time marches on. One day, collective, you and I will be gone, right? Time marches on. We have limited time to do the things that we need to do on this earth, right? Okay? Let's make it some good things, right? You're not going to spend your time haunting some old castle every day of the damn week. You got better shit to do. Right? Now, if their spirit wants to be going doing that for the end of time, that's their choice. You got bigger fish to fry here. Whose sword is this? Whose sword is this? Sword of justice? Sword of truth? The sword of honor? The sword of victory? V for victory. Don't do this in Australia. It means the other thing. Although, I don't think it is as probably bad these days as, like pre-internet, you know what I mean? Because now everybody sees there's, and like the same with the okay symbol of that in other countries, I think can also mean middle finger, so when you're traveling, know your local customs, right? Don't be like the Brits and, use the Sphinx for target practice, because that's just rude, right? Like, remember when the Taliban blew up a whole bunch of statues in Afghanistan when that war kicked off in the 2000s? Yeah, like, are we better than what we claim that we are? So this warrior woman here says, have you answered your deepest calling? Yeah. Some of you may really be tapping into your purpose now. In fact, possibly because it's safe to do so. Because your path has been cleared out of ghosts and intimidators and all sorts of ornery little troublemakers, right? Like there's cute ornery, like the little rascals, right? And then there's like, well, I guess you're going to jail ornery, right? Like when you try and cause, well, you didn't try, you did cause $5,000 worth of damage to my home, to my physical property, and had to be removed by the police. Right? When you're that ornery in your 40s, yeah, you go to jail, pal. Hello from Australia. I have been down under, actually. It was a fantastic experience. I was in the Queensland area. Brisbane Airport, I believe, is where we flew into. Awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. Funny story about when I was in Australia. One of the first days I was there, because we arrived on the weekend. We usually travel during the weekend. And I went to there, and we were, it's like oceanside. The majority, most people in Australia live on the coastline. It's not like the U.S. where there's people in the middle, as well. And whereas Australia, not many people in the middle. That's where they call the outback, right? But I went to this market, and they had, people had like the, homemade soaps and all sorts of goodies and crafts and stuff along the beach. And they all thought I was from Canada. So maybe the Illinois, where I'm located in the States, Illinois accent sounds Canadian. At the time, our president was not very popular, so I wasn't like exactly insulted to be called a Canadian. Awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. Yeah. You know. So that's something we do too while we're traveling. We awaken to new thoughts and ideas, new ways of being, new ways of interacting with other people, right? The way you interact with your, you know, your brother or your sister at home, is that how you're supposed to treat your classmates, right? No, you're not supposed to do those things, okay? So, you know, again, what kind of ornery are you looking to be? You know, you want to be the cute little rascals ornery, right? When it's actually cute, or do you want to be the kind of ornery that gets thrown in jail and has to pay monthly installments until who knows, they probably die because they're so broke and busted they can't barely afford the payments. Do you know what I'm saying? For the damages that they've even done. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Who's got the justice now? Who's got the justice now? That's right, that check came from the criminal division. It wasn't a civil prosecution. I didn't do anything, okay? The state did. All right, y'all? I got to see justice in the courtroom that way. I didn't get the full amount that I wanted, but I still got my, that's right. What's going to happen in the spirit world? I don't know. And I'm not asking for them neither. That's on them. All right? Don't be doing these people's work for them. I have sympathy for people who are on hard times, right? But what these people will do, they will turn that into, oh, well, I'll just move right into your house and suck everything out of you. And then after I do that, or while I'm doing that, I'm actually going to taint your reputation so everybody thinks what a horrible, terrible person you are for letting me actually sponge off of you. Like, what the fuck sense does that make? Last time I checked, you ain't 8 fucking years old. One day you'll be 48 years old. Have you ever had your own apartment by yourself with your name on the lease? Maybe it's time to find out. Or are you just going to end up in jail for being ornery? Want to be ornery? You want to get cute? Okay. If you did miss the beginning of this reading, it did start out with the Knight of Cups, which is a very positive love vibe for the collective. Mintakan, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. Also, she's wearing like a mermaid tail here, so kind of like the waters of Australia. You know what I mean? Like there's water surrounding you in this place, meaning that the flow is with you. Okay? Right. You feel like you belong there. Things just make sense. It's like you don't feel like you're swimming upstream. You feel like you're going with the flow. Okay? Sometimes karmics can trick us into thinking that because they will pretend, right? They will pretend to be somebody that they're not in those situations. But I think most of you collective, at least the ones that are watching this video today and the days upcoming, understand that you are not somebody who can be fooled anymore, right? We won't get fooled again. No, 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 no. You know, I got people out in this town that think I can't sing, and you just heard me singing Beyonce earlier. Have another you in a minute. Can they do that? No, they cannot. Some people are just a bunch of jealous, hating ass motherfuckers. What are you going to do about it? fork those dudes, right? Please. Please. Pillar of light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. How about it? How about it? Wouldn't that be nice, collective? When you start stepping into that truth, showing people who you are. One of my friends, one time I was going through a rough patch, and she's like, what happened to the girl I used to know? You know, the badass, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, sorry, I'm feeling a little vulnerable right now. That doesn't mean you have to give up, collective, okay? For some of you, you may be in or have had a period of, regrouping. But again, what I'm telling you is that devil wants you to think that regrouping is not possible. They want you to think, if you're not back on your feet in 6 months, that's it for you. That's not right. Julia Child didn't even start her career till 40. Vera Wang didn't start her career till 40. I mean, I don't know about you, but when I was 20, I thought 40 was real freaking old. Okay? And I will admit, your body does feel older. Yeah? But is that going to stop you on your path? The older we get, the wiser we get. Well, at least the people in the collective. Not people living in Karmicville, of course, not those people. You know. Play, have fun, celebrate. Don't be so serious. Yeah. I feel like, collective, for a lot of you, you've been on guard for a long time. Because you've been waiting. I've been waiting, right? The lyrics to that song are actually, I'm not waiting. It says, I'm not waiting till I grow up. And yeah, you're like, I'm not waiting. I'm enacting this justice. Taking it to the streets. I'm showing everybody. And if you come at me in the 3D, you might want to check yourself, because the 5D, thought the 3D was rough. Well, just wait. And in the meantime, I feel like, collective, it's like, yeah, now you can sit back and relax, okay? Because again, the people that harmed you on this earthly realm, they're not joining you in the next. Okay? It doesn't work that way. That's why it's important for you to forgive. Okay? Because any pain, trauma, imbalance, unfairness, whatever, we all know that it's very unlikely that anything you say or do is going to make that person change how they behave or operate, right? But if you say, I'm not willing, it's a new dawn, it's a new day for the collective, then we see, right? All right, we'll pull out the conversation cards. I saw him or her with an ex. Yeah. So this person, again, like somebody who wants you to like kind of force you to make some decision, or, it's like, what are they doing even hanging around this old drafty house all day long? Well, maybe it's because they're busy with an ex. Like, have fun in your decaying, dilapidated house that y'all are haunting together, I guess, Have fun with that, right? Ooh, are you going to try and stalk somebody on the internet together and send them nasty messages? Like, grow up. I want to be married again. The Hierophant is here, collective. I don't know if this person has been married, though, before previously or not. The card says again, a person that has this loving energy towards you, though, it is a nice commitment, okay, that they want. And again, it's something where they want to discuss your stability, okay? You know, this isn't somebody who wants you to birth 8 children, work you to the bone, and not even give you a car so you can go and get your own groceries in town, okay? Yeah. Yeah, look up that ballerina lady, farm lady in Utah. Her husband's father is a millionaire, and she doesn't even have a vehicle that she can leave her farm. She doesn't have a vehicle in her name, but she birthed this man 8 children by the age of 34. She said she's feeling old and tired. Can you imagine? My grandmother's only had 7. Well, that I know of. You know what I mean? I don't know if she had any miscarriages or any that might have perished in beforehand, you know. But 7 healthy adults. Whew. I could eat you up. There is someone, collective, that, they might display some lustful things towards you. But again, I would keep your head about you when you are having these discussions, right? And I don't think this is, you being conceited or anything, collective. I feel like you are very attractive to a lot of people, and it's just because you take care of yourself, right? You're somebody who brushes their teeth and combs their hair. You shower regularly. You put on clean clothes. You take care of your home. You're nice to folks, right? I didn't say anything about your shoe size, how big your tits are, how long your schlong is, nothing, did I? Because at the end of the day, most of that stuff don't freaking matter. Especially not when the lights go out. Have mercy. And if you're with them for the looks now, well, I'm guessing that's not going to last, because when you're 80, they ain't going to look like that. Unless you get in a new model. I mean, maybe you can get one of those Elon robots he's been talking about, the Optimus ones. I bet you can order. You know what? That's probably what they'll end up doing. They'll end up combining the sex doll, the real love sex doll people buy, with the robots. See? You call me for marketing. I'll take a cool bill, right? You don't think some people around here could use that at their local pantry? Eat that up. Y'all, I'm pulling one more card. Thank you. I think this is what you're saying to these karmics now. Why are you so selfish? It's just... do you ever really get the answer when you ask the question why? Right? Like, you ever get into trouble when you're a little kid and they're like, well, why did you do that? And you don't really have a good answer for them? It's the same thing. They don't have an answer. They just wanted to do it. And to be honest, a lot of them thought they weren't going to get caught. Right? I have a couple an hour on this live, you guys. I typically, I don't do lives for that long. It's just around 30 minutes. So thank you for sticking with me. If you are still or subscribe to the channel, pass around these messages. It helps me into your energy. Okay. See what the numerology has for us, and we're gonna get out of here. Okay. Please and do enjoy the rest of your day. If you haven't seen, the Olympics are on. If you guys watched the opening ceremonies, oh my God, I was blown away. The whole thing, I thought, from start to finish was just wow, wow, wow. I cannot even imagine the number of people that it took to pull that off, right? And the creative directors and everybody just wow. Okay. Oui, Perry. Yes. Okay. Emotions are running high, supermoon. Okay, yeah, I was definitely feeling the emotions coming through in this reading. I don't know if July's buck moon was a supermoon, but it was very intense. So for some of you, that might be part of what the shedding is, right? That you might still be experiencing. Okay. But what's happening is the ones with the true intentions, the ones that actually want to be supporting you, not carrying you, but supporting you, being on your team, right? Some people don't even know what it means to be on a team. And I'm not somebody who thinks that like team sports is the answer to everybody, but if everyone could experience being on a team in sports, I think it would be beneficial in many ways. Okay. That could be the cross country team. You know what I mean? It's like an individual sport, but yet you're still a team, right? Even that it's yeah. I'm hearing that song. No one's gonna love you more than I will. And it's like, starts out. Da-na-na-na-na-na. I don't know who sings that. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. But that's part of the chorus. No one's gonna love you more than I will. Yeah. That could be this emperor kind of like, ready to bust it out. And, they see what's actually important to you too, right? It's not just this hot under the sheet stuff, these like Knights of Wands come around with. The energy is gaining momentum, Waxing Moon. So yeah, I think collective, since you've started, that's why you get these little flashes, right? Because it's like they see you moving on, they're like, oh, oh, don't do that. Oh. Boo. Okay. Like I got more houses to go to grab my candy. I can't spend all the day at your house. Do you know what I mean? Like that's, yeah. It's time to release negativity. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is Scorpio. And we started out with the Knight of Cups. I know I would say Scorpio would be more closed off versus the other water signs. So I think this is a good message if you do have some Scorpio in your chart about releasing the negativity around these situations. And, look, people are going to be ornery. Let them be ornery. You can be ornery too, collective, right? That doesn't mean you're ornery in the same way. Find the people that are ornery in the way that you're ornery, okay? So release perhaps expectations of people. Release. My doggy didn't look at her. Can you see her? Oh, her ear just popped up. She hears me talking about her. One last card, please, for this collective. Come on, try to sleep. A Adjustments are required, yes. So anytime you have somebody new coming into your life, collective, yes, you may need some adjustments, okay? So that could be why you're wanting to discuss this Four of Pentacles here, or why this person is wanting to discuss this Four of Pentacles with you, this Emperor, okay? Whoever that Emperor is, collective, I feel like you're going to have some fireworks, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, it's definitely going to be something that you are on board with, okay? All right, guys, thank you for the likes. If you have not liked the video yet, please do. And thank you for those who did join the chat today. And if you missed any of this message, the rest of the video will be available shortly. Again, please do like the video or consider subscribing to the channel. There is a notification bell if you would like to be notified whenever a video is uploaded or I am going live. You'll receive a push notification to your phone or email, okay? So until next time, please do manifest wisely. Bye-bye.